Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Just an unboxing and first impressions, not a review. We get to unbox a prototype today. I'm really excited. I have not been in this pouch. Obviously, it's a hawk knife. You're probably going to see this on a number of other reviewers' channels and TikTok and Instagram and all that, because I think Gavin sent out a bunch of these to a bunch of us. So I'm really excited. This is just a prototype today, so this is, going to change, but I have all the details, and this is pre-recorded, obviously, like all my other content. So if you're seeing it, if it's released, it means that this is coming very, very soon. So I'll have the appropriate links in the description. Thanks so much to Hawk Knives for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. So what do we have here? I have no idea what to expect. I've only seen in the email him describing it. This is apparently, what do we have, some extras here? We got the sticker. We got the surgical blades. Yes. This is apparently, it's a self-described all-the-time knife or keychain knife. This is not at all what I expected to see, but this is really, really cool. Okay, so I'm going to give you all the details on this here in a second, but give me a sec, because I want to figure out exactly how this works. Okay, right here, probably here. It feels very, very much like a Hawk product. Look at this crazy thing, man. So keep in mind, while this is a small and simple object, other objects of this nature tend to be mass-produced in China, and that is not at all what this is. This is a semi-custom small batch item that is made out of premium materials here in the United States. So while it does essentially, accomplish the same purpose, it's going to be substantially more expensive. I mean, anybody who's interested in Hawk knives is going to know that. But that is fun. This is bigger than I thought it would be for something that was designed to be on your keys. Admittedly, though, my keys have so much stuff on them. I mean, like, I could probably remove some things, but it does have a nice little carabiner there. This is G10 and titanium. And then these are, I think they're number 3 surgical blades. This is interesting how this... Can I, like, pull this and... Yeah. Oh, it does have a little bit of fidgetiness to it. Yes, absolutely. You totally can. Sorry, the sound upstairs is my wife coming home for lunch. But, yeah. Okay, cool. So what are the details on this? So, again, this is called the Nano cut. Currently, the blade holder, which it looks like in order to replace this blade, it would have been nice, just admit, like... Personally, it would have been nice to have some sort of quick change system, but we've got 2 torque screws here to release this little surgical blade. And the blade holder, the link lock, what he's saying here, I've written some notes off to the side, and the carabiner are all for the prototype 01, but he made a note that he's saying he's going to change that to 420. And I would venture to guess that the purpose of that is because 01 is horrifically non-stainless and 420 is very, very stainless, so probably. The locking system here, he calls it a plunger lock. So you can see there, it operates like an Omega Spring, like axis lock or crossbar lock, but that's not the case at all. So that's cool. This is something apparently totally different, and I'm going to venture to guess unique to this little object here. And I don't know that I have seen it on any of his other designs. So, but anyways, uses number 3 scalpel blades. And like I said, it was designed as sort of an all-the-time keychain knife. Or, with it being, having a carabiner attached to it, you can pretty much attach it wherever you think that you would be most likely to use it. Now, the reason that I kind of like this idea, and it's something that I personally understand very much, and I'll tell you, one of the knives that has seen substantial use, this has been retired, but this is my old Man Bug, and this was the knife that I had attached to my keys. There were many times, even as a dedicated knife enjoyer, knife reviewer, there were many times where I would run out the door and forget to throw a pocket knife in my pocket, but that knife was always there. It was always there on my keys. Now, I keep a knife in my truck, so many times, I'll reach in my pocket and think, oh, I forgot my knife. But there's always a knife in the little tray. And when I'm not in my truck, the times where I, like, after I removed this from my keychain, there was a time where I, would get so frustrated, like, God dang, I forgot to put a new keychain after my keys. And now I always do that because I would much rather have a little teeny tiny knife than have to rip open a box with my hands or, God forbid, use scissors. You ever watch somebody use scissors to open a package? Honestly, I would rather swallow an entire pineapple, like just the way it comes without cutting it, just the full thing. It's awful. So I can understand that. I'm just wondering how many people will actually attach this to their keys. I don't know. Maybe we should weigh it. That would probably be a good idea. Just stub my toe. Really trying to power through that, guys. I've got an 80 slot case full of knives down at my feet, and I just absolutely bashed my toe. I think if you go back, you can hear me do it. I am in pain right now, and my eyes are watering, but we're going to proceed anyway. So anyways, it weighs 1.3 ounces, so definitely not obviously super heavy. So when is he going to sell this? What he said was it's going to sell through through his Hawk newsletter, which you can sign up for at hawkknives.com. This is not an affiliate. I don't make any. There's no affiliate money for me to do this. I just like all of the stuff that Hawk Knives does, and you guys know I collect Hawk Knives. But you can sign up for that at hawkknives.com, and I'll have the appropriate links down in my description anyway. Another thing that I want to do here real quick is open it up and take a full length measurement here. I want to. So he told me. He said if there's any stick, it's because of the 01. Like the mechanism he's currently got it as 01, but it won't be the case. You can see how that must slip in there right here. See? Yeah. There's the drag from the system. So there's actually a ton of contact. This is such a funny little thing. I can't sit here and say that it's perfectly ergonomic, but I think that this is, the idea behind holding it. And yeah, if I didn't have anything else, I'd be very happy that I had this little guy right here. Here's the box that it came in, so I'll just, use it here real quick. Sure, absolutely. Far better than nothing. It's just a very, very expensive far better than nothing because I believe these will retail at, he said, $300 or less. Now, that is a lot of money, right? And, wow. Personally, I'm the type of person who will spend $1,800 on his custom OTFs, but I am much less likely to spend hundreds on the smaller and more. I love my shortcut. I absolutely love it, and I did pay for it, and I love that knife. But there's a sweet spot with Hawk stuff, So you can make that decision for yourself. I think some people are going to be really, really into this, and others not so much. But it is a Hawk object, which means not only will it be successful, but people collect these. So it's usually, a lot of it has to do with like secondary market value and things like that. But interesting item, and I can't say no to looking at Hawk's next weird creation. So, but anyways, I think that's probably going to be it, guys. I'll link this stuff down in the description so that you guys can check it out. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.